Yo, what is going on, you comment size combi? That's right, the new Mew from Celebrations that just released last week adds a ton of consistency to stage 2 decks. The main part and the really only relevant part about the Mew is the ability, the Mysterious Tail ability. Once during your turn, if the Pokemon is in your active spot, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and take any item card you find there. So very similar to the Stellar Wish Jirachi that we had a little while ago, but Stellar Wish Jirachi only looked at the top 5, but it could get any trainer card. So I definitely think Stellar Wish Jirachi was a little bit more powerful than the Mew. But the Mew is still very good and definitely helps out stage 2 decks a whole ton. The biggest thing it can do for us is either find us like Evolution Incense if we have our candy, or find us Rare Candy if we have Evolution Incense or our Evolution in hand with the basic already down. So it adds a ton of consistency in just getting our stage 2 into play. And besides that, it can only find item cards, so we can kind of tailor our list a little bit towards that to help us find other cards. And specifically in this deck, because we're playing the Dragapult with the Infiltrator ability that says when we get damaged by an attack, we can flip a coin if heads prevent that damage, and it has the Phantom Force for Psychic for 120, and then we can put 3 damage counters on our opponent's bench Pokemon in any way we like. So if we need energy for turn, we can Mew and we can get ourselves a Fog Crystal, which can find us our Psychic energy, or I specifically added Pokegears to the deck because of Mew as well, because we can't find supporters off of the Mysterious Tail, but we could find a Pokegear, which can then find us a draw supporter for turn. So we also play stuff like the Pokegears to once again help us utilize the Mysterious Tail for a little bit more than what we'd normally be able to get through it, because once again it only gets item cards, not trainer cards. And there's not too much else to mention about the list. Research and Marnie, I go with that a little bit heavier on the Marnie than the research, because I like to be able to shuffle stuff back into the deck. I don't really want to, like, you know, research away rare candies or a bunch of Dragapult or anything like that, or my ordinary rods. So I go with 4 Marnie, 3 research here. We have 1 boss in here to help us close out games sometimes a little bit faster. And even though we do have EXP shares in here to help us keep the energy flowing turn to turn, if they get a knockout on a Dragapult when we hit tails on the ability, we can move one of our energies back to a fresh Dragapult or Dreepy or whatever and set up a new Dragapult. I still also play 2 Raihan because it's such a great card in helping us set up, once again, candy out those Dragapults, but also helps keep energy in play. A lot of people play Tool Scrapper and stuff like that, so they can take our EXP shares out of play, and then if they just KO a Dragapult that is the only thing in play with our energy on it, it's nice to be able to have the Raihan to kind of back us up and get some more energy in play. So yeah, the deck was a ton of fun when I played it on the stream the other day, and I wanted to share it with you guys. As always, if you guys don't follow the stream, first link in the description, give it a click, give it a follow. Stream every day except Tuesday, and then want to give a big shout out to PokemonCard.io. I upload all of my deck lists that I post on the YouTube channel here over there, so you guys can quickly and easily import them from the site to PTCGO so you can play with them yourselves. And I think that's all I gotta say about the list, so let's go ahead and let's get into some games. All right, here we go. Pretty good start here. We open the Mew, got a Fawn Crystal for a Dreepy, and then hopefully that Mysterious Tail finds us another Dreepy out. We're up against a Swablu. I have no idea what my opponent is possibly playing here, to be honest. Swablu could be a whole bunch of things. It is a Corviknight V. I believe they're playing some kind. Actually, I think it might be it might be the Corviknight VMAX lock deck that we're actually up against here. And the point of their deck is to actually trap something in the active with Corviknight VMAX and then heal through the stadium while running around in between Corviknight VMAXs, or trying to trap stuff up with the clutch attack, which is during your opponent's turn, the defending opponent can't retreat and they do 30 damage. So this will be interesting, I guess. I'm not sure really what to expect, but I might just go ahead and hold onto my hand here if this Mysterious Tail gets me a rare candy, which it does, because I have that candy Dragapult turn 2 here. I don't really need to do much else. I'm going to do this. Go ahead and pass. I'm not afraid of this thing getting knocked out. I don't think it's actually possible. I guess they actually could if they have Altaria Boss. It'd be kind of unfortunate. Altaria Boss energy in the hand. I think it's probably a little bit unlikely. So I'm not too concerned with that. I'm not too worried about that. I think we'll be able to, yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right here. We'll see. We will maybe have to set up multiple Dragapult, though, because they do damage with a couple different Pokemon in their deck. And they also might play Yellhorn to just confuse stuff as well. So to get around Yellhorn as well, possibly, we might have to set up multiple Dragapult. So we're not going to be able to just only probably run off this one Dragapult, although it would be nice to potentially do that. That definitely would be nice. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be... I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work to just run off this one Dragapult. If we even get the Dragapult set up, they could play Marnie still and take away our hand and then knock out our Mew, and then that could get a little bit scary. We have a ton of stuff in the deck, so I'm not really too worried about it. Ton of outs to just get another Mew into play at the very least and get into the active. So I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, here comes an early clutch. They're going to do 30 damage to my Mew. I can't retreat it, but we do have the scoop up net. And knowing my opponent didn't play a supporter last turn, I think we're going to want to... I'm going to start with this. Get this. I think we prized 2 Dreepy here, unfortunately. Yeah, we did prize 2 Dreepy. Get the Dreepy. Use the tail. Grab a level ball, I think. Candy out our Dragapult. Throw down energy. Net up the Mew. I think I'm good to just swing. I don't think I have to bench a Dreepy. We could just go ahead and do it anyways. Yeah, I don't think I need to bench it, but I guess better safe than sorry. I don't see a reason why I would need to have it on the bench. I'm going to go ahead and throw the 3 damage counters on... I definitely put 1 here, so that way if this comes to the active, we can KO it. And then we can KO this already. But I'm going to go ahead and throw 2 here, because then this is 3 snipes away from getting KO'd. The Altaria is, so we could KO this, you know, through 3 Phantom Forces, knock out the Altaria off the bench. There's not any great targets. I would have loved to have hit up another Corviknight V if it was on the bench, but no Corviknight V, obviously, to... start putting some damage on, start pinging. And like I said, we got to worry about that stadium from my opponent. There's that yellow horn I was mentioning that they might play, and they do play it. So we might just go back into Mew for a turn, to be honest. We definitely are. So we need to set up 2 Dragapult to be able to run between the Dragapults. They confuse us with Yellhorn, and we retreat to a new Dragapult. We attack with that Dragapult, and we can kind of repeat that with just 2 Dragapult in play. But we do have to set up 2 Dragapult first. So we can probably go like Level Ball, grab ourselves the Dracloak, retreat here. Dragapult does have free retreat cost, which is super nice. I might go ahead and risk the Phantom Force. We'll see what my opponent does here for sure. But we might have to retreat into Mew and then Mysterious Tail for Scoop Up Net, get back into the Dragapult, and then attack with the Dragapult again this turn, which would be ideal. So we might look to pull off that. Here comes a Skyless. So they're not dead in the water. They do have stuff to work with here. Let's see what they grab. They grab like the Stadium cards that allows them to heal. And start that healing process. They're going to go with the capsule. Oh, they're going to make it so I can't retreat. They're actually going to clutch me for 30 and make it so I can't retreat. Okay. So we won't be able to retreat. So we're stuck in the active, and we have to flip through confusion. We don't really have a choice here. We got heads, so we might just like take no damage from their attacks anyways. And we're still going to get this Dracloak and start setting this thing up as well. Grab that. Attach to it. Could bench the Mew. Don't really want to, though. Phantom Force. They're not putting a whole ton of pressure on us. We get head, so we get the hit. And I'm going to go ahead and throw all 3 on the Dialga here. So that way, if they get the Stadium in play, I can continuously put 3 on Dialga and actually get it to the point where we can still knock it out. So now if they attack with Dialga this turn, we could still knock it out because it has 120 on it, and we do 120 damage. And I can maybe put 3 more there on the next turn and kind of repeat the process. But yeah, they're going with this clutch strategy. Always, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. It'll be definitely very interesting to see how this ends up playing out, because they're going with this clutch strategy. We can attack, and we can potentially prevent them from doing damage. So we can just keep sitting here and using Phantom Force over and over and over and over and over again. I guess maybe potentially they catch up to us, but they'll eventually probably run out of Yellhorns, I feel like. And at some point, we could scoop up net this Dragapult, right? We could scoop up net this Dragapult. The one we really want to scoop up net is the one that evolves from the Dracloak, because then we can just put the Dracloak back down and kind of keep repeating the evolution from there. We got another head, so once again, we don't take any damage. Can go ahead and evolve to the Dracloak or the Dragapult there, and maybe just play the Marnie. Or I could just go ahead and Phantom Force. If I do Marnie into Energy Scoop Up Net, I do get to knock this thing out, which I do like the idea of. So I think I'm going to go ahead and Marnie and see if we get there. Got the Scoop Up Net, no energy, so we can't make the play happen. So we just have to swing through the confusion once again. Hopefully hit heads. Tails here, so we do take 30 damage now this time. And then our opponent, our opponents, it looks like they're going to probably just try and set up to do the same thing. They've even benched a new Corviknight V. And this was actually maybe one of like the risk or just like lack of value of hitting the Dialga over and over again. And when I do whiff an attack here to the confusion, they just get to fully heal their Dialga like you just saw them do. Like that thing's fully healed now. So maybe I should have just been stacking the damage on the Altaria the whole time. Just keep building that up, because they can't heal the Altaria unless they play like Scoop Up Net or something, which to be honest, I don't actually know if they play Scoop Up Net or not. And if they do hit us, they do take the damage from the Horror Energy, which is nice. So here we go, Phantom Force again. Another tail, so we're taking another 30 here. We would love to get ahead. We're actually getting close to being KO'd here, actually. If we get a tails, and then we get actually, it's just all us flipping. I keep thinking my opponent's flipping the coin for the Infiltrator. We're constantly flipping the coin. If we get back-to-back tails here on Infiltrator and the confusion, we actually knock ourselves out. Then we'll be sending up a fresh Dragapult, but this Dragapult does not have any or is missing an energy to be able to attack. We're missing an energy to be able to attack. There is a what? A yell towel. So they do have to they do get to heal themselves, but it also means they have to heal us, which means we won't get KO'd next turn actually if they go with this. Yeah, it heals 50 from both active Pokemon, so we are getting some healing here too, and this healing is actually relevant on our side as well as my opponent's side. We get a heads, so they get off the clutch, they don't do any damage, and we're kind of repeating this loop again. Gonna go ahead and play this Marnie. Don't want to play the scoop up net and then whiff the energy. It's pretty likely we hit an energy here, but it is also possible we whiff, so don't want to risk whiffing it. There's an ordinary rod for when this thing gets KO'd, and we did whiff the energy as you see here, no energy, so definitely played around the risk of that. And here we go again, Phantom Force, another tail, so we take another 30. 2 tails in a row here on the confusion. We did hit a heads on the infiltrator, so I can't complain too much. But we'd rather be getting some more damage in play. I'd be okay if I get tails on infiltrator to get the heads on this confusion. Heads from my heads from me. I keep thinking it's my opponent who's flipping these. It's not. It's me every single time. Taking a look at the hand. I don't really want to play anything, especially because they didn't do anything on the last turn. I think we're just going Phantom Force. Another tails, and we have hit our own Dragapult again here. I want to hold on to this ordinary rod, but I don't want to Marnie them either because they didn't play a draw supporter on the last turn. So I don't want to research this hand. I also don't want to Marnie them. So there's just like no reason to play the Pokegears right now. We'll let them kind of play through their side of things first, and then we'll eventually do something eventually. Yeah, but I'm not feeling too pressured here. They get a Skyla off that Pokegear. I wonder what they'll actually even grab here. Here comes the Skyla. And they're gonna get, I don't even know what they would, maybe another evolution. A Sonya. Okay, so they'll get some more basic Pokemon to play, or energy if they need energy. I'm curious actually to see what they grab with this on the following turn. I guess if they use it, they don't have to. Tails on our Infiltrator. We do get to do some damage though, I guess. So we have that going for us, I guess. Did top deck our Research. Once again, don't really want to play Research though. I kind of like my hand. I think we're just gonna go with the attack here. Got a heads this time, swung through the confusion. We get the heads 120, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 3 on Altaria because if I put it anywhere else, it is just a waste because of the Crystal Cave. We'll just heal those other metal Pokemon. So just gonna go ahead and hit the Corviknight here, get it up to 240. 30 heal comes in, and then once again, they can kind of repeat this. If they get that second Corviknight set up, they retreat to that one. They gotta get the VMAX for it. I guess they could clutch without the VMAX. That is possible. They can clutch without the VMAX. They don't need the VMAX. And the bigger thing here is just they need a lot of yell horns. Once they kind of run out of yell horns, I think we'll just kind of win the game, to be honest. Like, I don't know how they would be able to keep up with us if they just run out of yell horns. Here they run to the new Corviknight. We do get a heads, so we're not taking damage once again. Love to see it. Some Muse, EXP share. Still kind of waiting for ourselves to get knocked out before we make a play. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and go Phantom Force again. Hey, another heads for us. And this time I might go ahead and put the 3 on this Corviknight so they can't, or we could go like 1 2 3, we go 2. If we do 2 damage, they heal up to 120, so we could do like 1 2 here. Yeah, I can go like 1 2 and there, so this keeps it at 120. So now if they heal, they'll have 120 HP left, so we still KO it with a Phantom Force. And if we get another heads, we'll try and put 3 there. But if we get a tails, but it's possible we get KO'd here by the clutch, and then we just go into this next Dragapult as well. So it really depends on what happens here. There's a Cheryl. So, oh, that's right, they can heal their Altarias. They do have Cheryl. This is gonna be a long one, guys. Strap in. I'm definitely interested personally to see how this ends, but this is definitely gonna be a long game. And it looks like they are gonna go to the fresh Corviknight VMAX again, because yeah, they play Cheryl. I'm sure they play Palpad, and they have the Dialga as well with that temporal backflow to be able to put a card from their Register pile into their hand as well. So they have a lot of ways to do stuff here. Did get a tails here. We are getting knocked out, but we also get to put 4 damage counters on this Corviknight. So we actually get to knock out this Corviknight this turn. If we can get an energy. We are missing the energy right now, but we should, there we go. Top deck energy. Love to see it. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to lose this EXP share. I could Marnie though. We could look for Marnie, but I should look for Marnie after. I should look for Marnie with the Pokegears first. I was thinking about just using Research, giving the Muse, because I don't really want the Muse in the deck anymore. So I want to go that route, because I don't really want a Mew in play for them to kind of like take free prize cards on and just like clutch into the active. We do need to get Dragapults out of our prize cards though, and yeah, man, this hand is not great. I don't really need to be aggressive here though and play any cards. So I think we're just gonna go with the Phantom Force here. Take the knockout. Once again, we're gonna stack 3 damage counters on the Altaria, and I guess if they have some way to just like remove 1 Pokemon from play, we might be in a bad spot, but I don't think their deck can do that, but I guess we'll find out. Dreepy off the prize cards is exactly what we were looking for. We are looking for the Dreepy off the prize cards, because we have 2 GP prize, and we don't want 2 GP prize. They actually go into the Dialga here, so they might be going with a temporal backflow, and maybe they're actually going to search out a Yellhorn to just get that going. But it'd be weird. Well, no, they might not have a Yellhorn in hand. I was going to say they could have sent up the Corviknight VMAX, played Yellhorn. Oh, but they're just going with the Birdkeeper play. I guess this works as well. They still get to end up with the Corviknight in the active, and they can go, you know, attack with the Corviknight for turn or retreat into the Dialga and then go from there. So they still have a couple different outs that they can take depending on what they actually want to do here. Yeah, a couple different routes to take for sure. A new Corviknight V coming down. Now, if we ever get to KO a VMAX, there is this Altaria on board that we can kind of go KO, go out of our way to KO. So we just need to get through one VMAX really at this point. There's a clutch. They get 30. No big thing here. No Yellhorn from my opponent. That's huge. I wouldn't mind a Marnie. They have a big hand, but they don't have a Yellhorn. So if they don't have a Yellhorn, I don't really want to give them more cards to work with, to be honest. I will bench the Dreep. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit. I'm not going to attach the energy, though, because as I do go with like a boss clutch play, if they go like boss plus clutch on my Dreepy, I'm gonna have to net it, and I don't want to lose an energy to that, because I don't need the energy like too soon. I'm not like desperate to get the energy in play to have another Dragapult set up to attack with on the following turn. And when I get to that point, I will attach for sure, but I'm not at that point yet, so we don't really have to play that aggressively towards that. Can kind of chill and just take our time overall. Here comes that Palpat. I'm sure they're gonna recover Cheryl probably, and then maybe actually, to be honest, I don't know. Probably the Cheryl for sure. Double Skyla, actually. They go for double Skyla. So they're trying to set up some kind of play here. They're trying to draw into the Skylas to get to some specific cards. So they're trying to set up some play here. And here even comes the Pokegear afterwards. So that means they wouldn't mind hitting a Skyla this turn. And they do get there. I'm very curious. They're probably going to go for a Yellhorn, to be honest, actually. I was like, what are they going to go? It's probably going to be a Yellhorn. I don't see it being anything else. The Yellhorn makes a lot of sense. And they want to keep clutching, so I can't just retreat my Dragapult, get out of. Yep, there is the Yellhorn. Now, like I said, we can scoop up net our Dragapult. It does get a little weird to do that, though, because we do lose energy. We lose a lot of stuff ourselves to do that. And here comes another Corviknight. But do they have the capsule and the energy, or are they going to have to flip through Confusion themselves to try and pull off this attack here? They might have to flip through Confusion themselves. And if they get Tails, oh, there's the heads. We get Tails. We take 30, but they also take 20 themselves. So not terrible. There's a Mew. Yeah, I could net the Dragapult, but I really don't want to. I think we're just going to swing it through once again. I'm going to go ahead and bench this Mew now. I think I'm going to thin out another Dreepy as well. We had that in the deck. Ooh, our second Ordinary Rod is also prized. That's not great. Definitely need to try and draw some more prize cards. So let's go ahead. Let's get a heads here. Let's get a heads here. Ooh, it is a Tails. Another 30 damage taken. And actually, we're once again in that position where if we get a Tails on the Infiltrator into a Tails on the Confusion, we're actually going to be in a position where we're going to maybe get knocked out on the next turn. And all this time, these turns we're not attacking. My opponent is healing that much more damage with these Crystal Caves. So once again, getting scary again. But once again, they have to run out of these Yellhorns eventually. But I guess that's when they go into this Dialga, and then they use the Temporal Backflow and recover one of those cards. Here comes the clutch. Another Tails from me. So more damage. Can we get a heads on the Confusion, or should we go for that scoop up net is also another question here. Gonna get an attachment for turn. Gonna go for XP share here. I almost don't want to attack and kind of just want to go with a scoop up net into the Mew for the turn and reset this situation. I don't want to run out of energy as well. I'm a little bit worried about running out of energy, to be honest, because we don't have a lot left. We need our opponent kind of to KO us if we're going to get knocked out. We need them to get the KO so we can use stuff like Raihan. I'm going to go for the scoop now on the Dragapult here, though. We're going to reset this one. We have the Dracloak under here. With the Ordinary Rod prize, though, I am a little scared of running out of energy. Definitely a little scared of running out of energy. Mysterious Tail. Going to go ahead and grab a Rare Candy. I guess I could have Rare Candied out one of them this turn. I can still do it. But I want to evolve this one here next turn. So maybe I should have waited for the Dracloak. I should have candied this one in the Dracloak there. So a little bit of a misstep there from me. We're going to go ahead and just pass. We're going to go ahead and pass. We'll attack on the next turn. We've reset once again another of those Yellhorns. But they do play 4. Or I'd imagine they play 4. It seems like such a big part of their win condition. Yeah, I can't imagine them not playing 4 Yellhorns. They also play a lot of Cheryl and a lot of healing. I mean, they even play Team Yell Towel, if you can believe it. So they do play a lot of that. They are actually setting up for a VMAX Hurricane, so they might be going pretty aggressive on coming up turn here, actually, and trying to just like swing through my Infiltrator. That may mean they're out of Yellhorn, actually. That could be a tell that they're a little bit low on Yellhorn, knowing now they're going down this other route of a game plan here. That could be a little bit of a tell to us. Let's go ahead and get an energy. We have an energy left. We have 2 Raihan and a Horror Energy, so we're not completely out of energy, especially if we get to utilize one of those Raihans. Mysterious Tail. Grab another rare candy, I think. Or I could grab... With level, I could find a Mew. I'm gonna go like this. I guess we'll thin out the deck a little bit here. How many Scoop Up Net do I have left? 1. Is it the last one in the deck? Oh, we don't have a Mew left. Would you look at that? 2 Evolution Essence, 3 Dragapult. So pretty good odds to top deck a Dragapult here. Go ahead and net the Mew. Send up this. We do have that last net left, so I think I'm comfortable to bench the Mew, and I'll even put an air balloon on it to kind of prepare it. And then Phantom Force. If we go, do we want to put any damage on this Corviknight? We're gonna have to 3-hit KO it anyways. It feels like we're gonna have to 3-hit KO this Corviknight anyways. So I kind of want to just get a prize card by hitting this Altaria instead. Yeah, I'm just going to hit the Altaria instead. That way we can just kind of get a prize card there. There's a Dreepy prize. The Ordinary Rod is prize. The Ordinary Rod is really the big prize card I want to look for here. So I think I just value getting this prize card. And once again, if we can KO one of these VMAXs plus this Altaria, that is our last 4 prize cards. We don't have to go through like 2 VMAXs if we can just get this KO on this Altaria. But they can heal it. They can constantly heal this thing with Cheryl potentially, like keeping it out of range. So we do have to worry about that as well. That's like another thing we have to deal with. Here comes that fresh Corviknight VMAX. And let's see, do they have another Yellhorn? They didn't use one. There's a tool scrap actually, so we're going to lose our EXP share. We're all out of EXP share, so we're really heavily reliant on Raihan at this point, I feel like. We get ahead, but there's no Yellhorn, so we get to just attack here. And our opponent does not get to stop us. And I'm forced to get a hit. We're going to get this KO on this Altaria as well. Just get that out of play before they get to heal us again. And I'll go ahead and throw a damage here on this damaged Corviknight VMAX. Hopefully find ourselves this Ordinary Rod off the prize cards. That'd be the optimal prize card. Another Dreepy isn't bad, but I definitely value the Raihan or the Ordinary Rod a little bit more heavily. I definitely value the Ordinary Rod a little bit more heavily. Here comes an Avery. Don't have to discard anything. We only have 3 bench Pokemon. Maybe I don't want to bench my Dreepy next turn because of Avery. Do they play more than 2? Do I mind losing a Dreepy? I don't really want to lose a Dreepy, to be honest. So I don't think I'm going to bench this Dreepy just because I know they play Avery. We don't know how many they play. It could be a lot. Okay, here comes another Yellhorn. So now we have to work through this once again. Can't retreat. And they go for the coin flip. They hit heads. We hit heads. So they get the clutch off. We can't just run away. And I would have probably just retreated to the Mew there if I could have just ran away. Candy out. Another Dragapult. No energy for it, but that's not that big of a deal. Let's see if we can get through this confusion. The answer is yes. So a really big hit here. And now we're going to go ahead and stack up this 3 damage on this damaged Corviknight just to kind of keep the damage in play. If we keep hitting this for 3, they'll keep healing 3, but that means they'll always stay at 70 damage on this Corviknight VMAX, so it actually keeps some damage in play. If I go hit this Corviknight VMAX or the Dialga, it doesn't really do anything. So we want to make sure we keep hitting this Corviknight VMAX. And yeah, just keep repeat. Every time we hit, if we can just hit whatever has damage in play, then it'll keep damage in play. So let's see if they have another capsule. If they don't, they have to attack with their active, and they actually get a Tails here. So we could maybe guaranteed win the game, actually. So they have 70 HP left. We can retreat. And we need to find... We have 1 Scoop Up Net left, and I believe it's in the deck. I believe I saw it. I don't remember for sure now, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure I saw the Scoop Up Net. So let's go ahead and grab this research. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw the attachment here and the air balloon here, I guess. Oh, I guess here. And then I'm going to play the research. We're going to retreat to Mew, and then Mew's going to find the Scoop Up Net. We're going to retreat and knock this thing out. There's the Scoop Up Net. So now we can retreat to whatever. Retreat to the Mew. Remove the confusion on the retreat. Scoop Up Net the Mew. Got it off the research, but we could have found it off the Mysterious Tail anyways, and get this knockout on this final Corviknight of my opponents and get the dub here over the Corviknight lock. Yeah, because we only had 5 cards left in our deck. Mew sees 6, so no matter what, we are guaranteed to see the Scoop Up Net. And yeah, get a dub here in this first one. A very interesting matchup. Dragapult stage 2 versus Corviknight. Who would ever predict that? All right, here we go again. We are going first, which we definitely like to take advantage of when we can. We don't even need to get off like a turn 2 attack, but if we can just like set up, take that extra turn to kind of set up, you know, Dreepies, maybe get the Dracloak out, get that much closer to our Dragapults. That's great. We don't have to get off a turn 2 attack. Of course, a turn 2 attack is always nice, though. We did get a Mew start, and we actually have the potential for a turn 2 Dragapult here. Just need to get ourselves a Dreepy, and we do have that Mysterious Tail to work with to hopefully help us get there. We're actually mulligan 3 times, and we don't play that many basics, but we don't not play that many basics either. You know what I'm saying? Got our level ball, so we got the potential for turn 2 Dragapult, my bad, not Dracloak. Turn 2 Dracloak's not that good. Turn 2 Dragapult here, and then we'll probably also look for that Marnie off the Pokegear. We are an energy short, we got the Candy Dragapult. We also might get Marnie here as well, of course. So we're up against the Zacion deck, which is a fine matchup for sure. Cincino as well. Now I have no clue. Okay, maybe it is just Zacian Zamazenta Cincino, actually. I was like, when they put that down, I was like, is it just like Zacian in here just for the Intrepid Sword draw? But no, it looks like they are actually a Zacian deck that also plays Cincino, which is interesting. I haven't seen this before. All right, so we got the Candy, got the Dragapult. I'm going to play the Pokegear, try and get a Marnie to conserve some of these resources. We did whiff. I don't like the idea of losing an Ordinary Rod and a boss, but I think we gotta let him go here, and the Raihan as well. We're losing. That's a little bit to lose. Maybe I should have thought a little bit harder there about whether or not I really want to give all that up. What do we want to get off of this Mysterious Tail? I think we're gonna go for a level ball, get ourselves another Dreepy in play, just kind of get a swarm of Dreepy onto the field. We do have the other Raihan in the deck. We do have one of the EXP shares. It looks like we did prize an EXP share, so we would love to hit a heads here on this coming up Infiltrator to kind of stall us for a turn, buy us a turn. Get him forced. I don't really know what I want to. I kind of want to go after this Encino, to be honest. We can just kind of KO that. And if they set up 2 of them, we can focus down both of them, get 2 prize cards there, knock out 2 prizers, and that's going to be our 6 prize cards to close this one out. So yeah, we're really looking for a heads off this Infiltrator. It would definitely make a big difference if we get heads or tails here, because we don't have like a backup here for an attacker. We don't have any XP share in play. We're already down 1 Raihan. We don't have access to a Raihan in hand, so it would really be a big deal to get this Dragapult to stick around for 1 extra turn here. There's that Cincino, but this of course does not get healed by the Crystal Cave. We're up against another healing deck here, or another Crystal Cave deck, I should say. And they are okay. They're also playing Zacian. It is a Zacian v Union deck. We don't really have to be too scared of Zacian v Union though. It doesn't do a whole ton different than what Zacian is kind of already doing to us. It does have more HP. I guess that's the big thing. It does have that, what, 300? I want to say 300 HP. I think it has 300 HP. It does have that 300 HP, so I guess that's kind of the biggest difference there. Here comes a Marnie for my opponent. I did have Rare Candy Dragapult in hand, but to be honest, overall, I don't mind this. This could get me closer to that Raihan, which could be the difference between me attacking next turn or not. No Raihan, another Mew, Fog Crystal. We do have another Dreepy in the deck, so we're, once again, kind of hoping we get that heads here. Here it comes, Brave Blade. No, we get the tails. All right, so we're going to have to start from scratch here, unfortunately. But I'm down for it. I'm down for it. We got plenty of time to set up enough Dragapults. We're not out of this game yet by any means. Plenty of more times to hit some heads on some Infiltrators. We actually get a Rare Candy here. So we're going to start with the Fog Crystal, get ourselves another Dreep, and then we're going to go with that Mysterious Tail. Hopefully get ourselves an Evolution Incense. We whiff the Evolution Incense. I want to grab either of these. I kind of want to leave both of them in the deck. I wouldn't mind putting a Pokegear on the bottom of the deck, I guess. I'm going to grab the Pokegear, throw this down, attach here, and let's go ahead and play the Marnie. I don't really want to play a Research anyways, even if I found one. Oh, I guess I could have got the Raihan there off the Pokegear, couldn't I have? I like didn't think that through all the way, did I? Definitely could have got the Raihan off the Pokegear there. And play the Evolution Incense, grab myself a Dragapult, and then hopefully find a candy off this other Mysterious Tail to candy out the... Yeah, it was like literally my whole plan the whole time, and then I just kind of botched it at the end. Play this, get ourselves the Dracloak, and we can also recover some cards here with the Ordinary Rod, which I don't see a reason not to do that, so we're gonna go ahead and do that as well. Do both, get ourselves some Dragapults, and gonna go ahead and get ourselves that energy as well. And then we almost got a Dragapult set up online for the next turn. Yeah, unfortunate. Tails. I had the Pokegear. I was like, we get the Pokegear, get the Raihan. I literally talked about the play on the last turn, or going into that turn at some point. And then I had it. I had the play, and then I was like, what if I just don't do it though? And then I just didn't do it. Could have got the Raihan. I had, you know, accelerate the energy, get the candy out the Dragapult. Oh well, it's fine. We'll recover. We're doing all right. We'll be okay. Nothing too much to worry about. Did lose the Ordinary Rod already, so we can only set up 4 Dragapults at this point, but we do have double Mew in play that our opponent might be able to take KOs on anyways, so those will go down eventually. Here comes a second Zacian piece to the discard pile, so 2 Zacian v Union pieces in the discard pile. Level Ball, so second Cincino is coming online as well, so my opponent's setting up pretty well here overall. Second Cincino online. We'll see if they even get to attack this turn as well. It's very possible my opponent actually whiffs the attack here, because there's just not a whole ton in play to really combo with to get the attack off. I mean, they need like double switch card, and even then they're only knocking out my Mew, which is like fine at this point, especially because they can only set up 4 more Dragapults potentially anyways. So on our side, we're definitely just like fine with that overall. But we'll see what they get here. Second Cincino's coming out. They could definitely have like, I mean, hopefully they don't have switch boss. And here comes a Peonia, so they're definitely going to KO my active if they're KOing anything. They're definitely not KOing my Dracloak, so Dragapult coming online next turn is a guarantee. No Marnie, or Peonia means no Marnie, no boss. So Dracloak will survive for sure, guaranteed, 100% of the time. Survives every time. So that's good. And then it will just be, does my opponent even attack this turn? If they don't, that's that much better for us as well. It potentially means they have to go through that many more. I got scared for a second because they had 2 prize cards. I was like, wait, that's not correct. There's something missing here. And yeah, they're putting the cards back from Peony. I'm really scared there for a second, though. Here comes that second make two. Zamazenta getting away. So if they were looking for a station piece out of the prize cards, they didn't find it because they didn't discard it with make do. We don't know if they actually had one in the prize cards or if they were just using Peonia to use Peonia. And here comes that Intrepid Sword. Like I said, might go down. Which is good for us. Good for us. See what our top deck is. It is an air balloon. Gonna go ahead and tail. Get ourselves that EXP share. That is a big hit there for sure. Scoop up net this Mew, and I have 3 scoop up nets left, so I think I am gonna bench this Mew back down. Evolve here, attach here, EXP share here. EXP share Marnie, and then we'll use this Mysterious Tail on the other side of this Marnie, of course. Got the candy, got another Dragapult, and the EXP share, of course. We got this Pokegear, so maybe Raihan. See Raihan as well. Should start with the Mysterious Tail, but it's not a big deal. Mysterious Tail, find ourselves. Got the candy for another Dragapult if we do get an Evolution Instance or top deck the Dragapult. So I kind of like that. With that, yeah. And then we're attacking again. And once again, we're hoping to hit heads. We really don't want our opponent to... They can Brave Blade this turn. Let's get heads this time. Stall for some more time. Buy ourselves some more time. Get to finally take out this Encino next turn as well. Even if we do get Tails, so we got the EXP share online, and we could possibly get into the Raihan and even get more value out of this EXP share, to be honest, and really let that soak up multiple energy potentially instead of just one. But we're really hoping we do get ahead. We would prefer overall if we could get heads and then our Dragapult does not go down. Actually, excuse me, setting up Zamazenta next here, and Zamazenta actually doesn't one-hit KO Dragapult, which is a pretty big deal for us, just kind of, you know, staying alive that much longer, which is kind of what this deck feels like it's all about, to be honest. We just kind of like trying to keep alive as long as possible, turn to turn, whether it's getting heads on Infiltrator, our opponent not one-hit KOing us, stuff like that. And now my opponent's actually bench locked, so they can't even get the Zacion in play if they are out of, or they have used 0. They're not out of. They have used 0 EXP share so far. So, not EXP share, Metal Saucer. Jeez, excuse me. So as when I eventually do take a knockout, I will open up a bench space, and if they get all 4 pieces in the discard pile, once again, they've only seen 2, not seen another one yet. They do get the pieces in the discard pile. They could like Metal Saucer, like quad Metal Saucer, do the thing, and just like set it up in one turn, or even like triple plus an attachment, obviously. That would also work. But yeah, they can do that. Another Tails on the Infiltrator. Unfortunate, but we are going to still get the knockout here on this Zacion. We do have this EXP share. We're still going to hold out and hope for the Raihan play. I'd much rather pull off the Raihan play. And like I said, they're going into a Zamazenta next, which we can definitely handle no problem. That's not as big of a deal. So I'm going to start with the Mysterious Tail, get the rare candy, and then we're going to hope this Pokegear hits us that Raihan. No Raihan. Marnie's not bad, but it's not what I wanted. Go ahead and candy out this Dragapult. So we are going to attach to this one and attack with this one then instead. Play the Marnie. Hopefully get that 4th Dreepy out. And then we do have 1 rare candy left, so we can set up that 4th Dragapult. There's the Dreep. And just going to go ahead and retreat and attack. I could go ahead into the Mew and use that another, what's it called now? But we can always retreat because we do have free retreat on the Dragapult, and we can use the Mews whenever we want. So I'm going to go ahead and bench the Dreep and then retreat. And we're going to be able to get 3 prize cards here, which is still pretty good. Knockout on the Zacion, knock out this Encino, and then start working on our last couple prize cards here. Unfortunately, we did lose our one and only boss at the beginning of the game. So we don't have that still to work with, which is definitely unfortunate. But hopefully we can pull together the knockout still, no problem. And I believe I still have my Dracloak. No, my Dracloak is gone. So we do need to candy out this last Dragapult. That's the only way we'll be able to set up this last Dragapult is through rare candy, unfortunately. We don't have any more. Yeah, Dracloak. So it has to go through our last rare candy is the only way to make it work. Double Metal Saucer. Okay, so that's a couple more Metal Saucer gone, which is actually pretty good for us overall. Because it means don't have to worry about those later to kind of for them to set up like a Zacion V or a Zacion V Union out of nowhere to take a big one-hit KO. They can't do the big one-hit KO, which is nice. Okay, there's the last rare candy. So we found that. So we just need to find the Dragapult now. And we do have 2 evolution incense left as well. So we're definitely going to go with like a Fall Crystal to get an energy out of the deck, and then we'll retreat into a Mew, use Mysterious Tail, and then net it out of play again. And let's actually see if they even are able to move this Crobat. Okay, they did get the air balloon. Otherwise, they probably would have attached and retreated. And here comes a Assault Tackle. Oh, unfortunately, we do have another Tails, and we also will lose our energy here as well. Will we ever get a heads? I guess that's the kind of the question at this point in this one. So I'm gonna start with the Fall Crystal, get ourselves the energy. Raihan's in the deck, which could be a big deal to help set up our next Dragapult. I am gonna go ahead and use this Mew though right now. Not gonna use that yet. Got the evolution instance, which is also a big hit still to get this last Dragapult into play. So we got 3 Dragapults to work with. Could get the Raihan off the evolution, off the Pokegear, excuse me, on the next turn. We just need to get like one heads. We need like 1 heads, please. Send up the Dragapult again, attach, and here we go again with the Phantom Force. Gonna get the hit off, and we're gonna start stacking damage again on one of these Cinccino's. Yeah, keep stacking up the damage there, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully we get a heads on this next Infiltrator. We just need this Dragapult to like stick around a little bit longer. Need these Dragapults to be sticking around just a tad longer would be great. 3 tails so far. Not going to cut it if we want to win this one. So we need to get a heads at some point. They're down to what? Oh, they're up to 3 pieces now in the discard pile. Only 2 metal saucers left. So they can set it up in 1 turn, but they can't attack with it in that same turn. Is there like an attack I'm forgetting about here that I should be more scared of? I don't think so. The defending point attacks do 150 less damage. So that could actually be kind of annoying. We could still go like retreat into Mew, scoop up net it. So this attack is actually really, really good, actually, the more I think about it. This attack is really, really good. They do 150, so they potentially KO us, and then we do 150 less damage. That's pretty good. That is pretty good, actually. All right, we got another Fog Crystal going to thin out an energy. We have the Raihan in there, like I mentioned. Want to increase our chances of drawing that every single turn, and if they Marnie us, want to potentially still draw into that as well. Here we go again. Phantom Force, get the hit. 3 more to this Cinccino. Hopefully get the KO on that soon. Unfortunately, once again, we don't have the boss, so we can't boss this up and knock it out later, which is why we really only need 1 boss, it's felt like, in this deck so far. All the games I play with it, 1 boss has been more than enough, but having no boss is pretty unfortunate, to be honest. So here comes a hard retreat on the Zacion, so less energy in play. Here comes a Brave Blade. But for them to continuously Brave Blade turn after turn, ooh, there is a Tails. A Dragapult goes down once again, but we can get the Raihan. We don't actually need Raihan this turn, I guess. We could just get an energy and we'd be able to attack, but I think we'd prefer to Raihan here to get 2 basic energy in play so we don't get Assault Tackle anymore. So I'm going to start with the Mysterious Tail, grab myself Level Ball. We can play the Level Ball to thin out the Mew. I have 1 Marnie left, so I'm not too afraid of decking out yet. Is it in the deck? The what's it called? It's not in the deck. Hopefully hit the Raihan here. Hit the Raihan. Okay. Raihan to the Dragapult. And actually, do I have enough energy to even attack again? I have 2 energy here. 4, 5. I do have more energy prize. And it's possible they can attack me next turn, so I think I do want to attach here. I'm going to throw on the air balloon. Treat. Hit. We also get to KO the Cinccino this turn as well. I could put the damage on the Zamazenta. Up to 130. Maybe I should put... No, I think we just want to KO the Cinccino here. And then I guess, depending on the situation, we could just try and focus the Crobat for our last prize card. No energy. We got the Marnie, so that'll make us survive longer. But if my opponent actually knocks us out this turn, we just lose. If they have a switch card to be able to get the Zacion to the bench and then back to the active, they can actually knock out my Dragapult, and then yeah, we'll lose the game because we don't have another energy to be able to attack with. Losing that Ordinary Rod and the Raihan early on, as well as the EXP share as well, to be honest. Losing all that stuff early on really has hurt us quite a bit. Air Balloon to the active so they can run to the Zamazenta. Oh man, if I had put 1 damage on the Zamazenta, I could have won this turn. I put 0, so now we can't win this turn. Here comes an Assault Tackle. A Tails from me, but that's not a huge deal. The Zamazenta does have to 2-hit KO us, so I'm not too scared of that. And so if I put 3 here, it doesn't really matter. Trying to like do some math. Like if it ever matters to do my damage one place over another. So we're going to Phantom Force here. It's going to survive with 10 HP, and they'll be able to heal it back up with the Crystal Cave. And then, do I just want to keep focusing down the Cinccino? I think I should, because if I can get up 3 more attacks, if they like run between like the Crobat, maybe another Zacion, or even get out the Zacion V Union at some point, I want to be able to draw that prize card, potentially get that energy of the prize card, so I have another attacker to work with. Here comes the heals, and they can attack with Zacion this turn. And if we get another Tails, we're gonna lose the game here because we can't attack anymore. We can send up this Dragapult, but it won't win us the game ever, and we'll always deck out first as well. I guess my opponent could theoretically deck out first if they're too aggressive with drawing cards. That could work. And the Infiltrator, if we get an... Okay, there's the heads we're looking for. We need that heads. We need another one, though. This heads isn't going to be enough. We need another heads at some point. Phantom Force here. Get another hit. 3 more on the Cincino. Yeah, 3 more on the Cincino. I put 3 on the Zamazenta, they would just heal it, go back up to... Yeah, so putting 3 on the Zamazenta doesn't really do anything. If they heal it this turn and then still hit me, if I get a heads, I can still knock them out with Phantom Force, but it's all going to come down to this last Infiltrator, I feel like. They still have yet to set up the Zacion V Union and seem to have given up on it. They're also down 4 Metal Saucer, so they wouldn't really be able to attack with it anyways. Yeah, they seem to have given up on the Zacion V Union, so I think it's just going to come down... Well, they got to run for a turn. I feel like they're going to run to the Crobat for a turn. No, there's just the concede. They could have retreated to Crobat for the turn and stalled behind Crobat. Maybe they thought I had 1 prize card left and I won if I KO'd the Cincino, but that's not quite it. I had 2. And I guess we get the dub in the end here. We beat the Zacion deck, and that's going to do it for the games with the Dragapult deck. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I think this deck is a ton of fun, and I'm super excited to try out more decks with the Mew, with other Stage 2 Pokemon, just to see how good it is with the other ones, because it feels really good with Dragapult. But of course, we have Fog Crystal and stuff like that, which definitely increases the consistency and overall flow of the deck to some extent, but I'm sure it'll be also pretty good in the Cinderace is the next one I want to try it out with him for sure. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell, especially if you're new here, and I will see you guys tomorrow.